To Shayla Clark. This is one long night for you, and tomorrow will be a longer day. You will finish up the last of the tests. You will get your yearbook, and you will get as much signatures as you possibly can. Maybe you'll still keep your friends. Maybe they'll move off. The hardest thing is saying goodbye to those that you've gone to see every single day and knowing that you have to move off. I almost had that feeling, except when I was your age, actually when I was 19, actually, I had chicken pox the last week, last 2 weeks before graduation. It got to the point where I got past the incubation and contamination stage and just looked like the attack of the killer zits. Kid you not. Not fun having that kind of skin condition because it scared the living daylights out of people. Even the students, faculty, parents, except mine. But we made the best of it. I even have a few pictures stored somewhere digitally of what I looked like. It was one of the happiest days of my life. Because, and one of the most miserable, I think. One of them, anyway. Because I was living a life. I was leaving a lifestyle. Constant education from K through 12. Dealing with constant studying every single day. Going to school and knowing my friends will be there. And it was basically all right, but me, I was a loner at the time. You're opposite. You're the opposite. You enjoyed life. You grabbed life. You embraced it. I wish I had been one of those types, but I wasn't. But now you're going to be entering a new phase. And it's probably scarier. Scary in person is when you actually walk into a campus for the first time in your life, not knowing what was going on. You have the advantage this time over me. I wear this because I'm still a student. I'm still at Antelope Valley College. I'm still a marauder. I've been there several years. 2 classes at a time, taking a little bit of a break here and there because of health reasons and things happening. But that's what happened in college life anyway. They don't punish you for that. They don't punish you for taking an entire semester off. But they will get on your case for being late a little bit, and all the duck points left and right. Much more harsher than regular school. But college life is different. Walking onto a campus, other than walking online. You're probably a little hesitant about that one. So I would hope that you already got your FAFSA, your government loans and grants approved. And if you could, apply for the Pell Grant. That'll probably help you out too. And if and when they do, oh, it gets even worse. Oh, if you were only going on walking on a campus, if you were just not doing the online we had to do during the COVID nightmare, and you know how much of a stress that was for people to use the computer screen all the time, talk with friends, talk with teachers, getting books through Amazon or whatever sources you could. And the fun part is collecting all that stuff and then hopefully selling it back. Some people did the rental. Me, I purchased. I wanted a library. Well, I got too much of a library anyway. But it was scary at first when I did college back in 1985. I was working part-time. I was trying to get money. I was dealing with personal issues with the family. But I was excited and terrified. I didn't know the campus, but I wanted to go to Pierce College. I don't know what was about Pierce College. It was located in the San Fernando Valley. I tell people when, excuse me 1 second here. I tell people when they're going to be watching my videos that if I happen to refer to any piece of geography, that I would share that with them. So either using a phone or using the computer screen, open up a tab, my dear, to maps.google, or just top out maps in Google. Already got links for them anyway, but still. And if you've already got a set for your location of Rosamond, take a trip with me. Take a trip with me. I would like for you to hit the scroll button and widen it. You're shrinking the Antelope Valley down until it's a wedge. And then you're going to see this other area called the San Fernando Valley. But I would much prefer if you had the view of the satellite image, because I wanted to show you my place where I grew up most of my life before moving out to the armpit of the galaxy. No, actually, armpit of the desert. Show you my hood, so to speak. It's right below Santa Clarita. 38 years in that place. North Hollywood. Arleta. Granada Hills. Northridge. No, not Northridge. Sepulveda. Yesida. And then into the armpit. But while I'm in the San Fernando Valley, I want you to go over to the 118 freeway and the 405 interchange area. I'll show you my school, what it looks like right now. But back then, before the 94 earthquake hit it, and really had fun with it. I just want to show you what the place currently looks like, what I used to go to. Every time I keep looking at this image, it gets worse and worse for me because I remember more details about the whole neighborhood. But that was John F. Kennedy High School. Class of '85, go Cougars. I still have my class ring. Redone. The old one got lost. That's what happens when you have class rings. You got to be careful with those things. And you lose them. Johnston is the only company that makes the class rings out there. So maybe there are different discounts for that. But class rings are important. They are. Just don't get them right away. But hold on to a yearbook if you've got it. That is important. Next, if I widen the shot, I will show you where Antelope Valley, no, Antelope Valley College, but Pierce College. Right by the Ventura Freeway. South, you keep scrolling the valley up until you see the southern edge of the San Fernando Valley. West end, you're going to see this desert oblong patch here. Of course, miles away along the same corridor is Sepulveda Dam with the greenery and the patchwork over there. But that's not what you need. You need to look left to where it says Pierce College. They're located on Van Owen, actually on Victory and Winnetka. I can't even talk right this morning. Agiwa. Must have water. Must hydrate, girl. We're in a desert. It must be tortoises. It also changed a great deal right after the '94 quake because I don't recognize some of the buildings. But this was the place I survived 2 years. And knowing your study patterns a bit, how you've worked hard to get where you're going, it's an achievement. It's an achievement. This is just a community college, but this was the start of something I wanted to continue on, but I didn't. I wasn't the greatest student over there. I had to go through remedial programs when they actually had them back then. And I finally taken some other courses, but my grades weren't sufficient enough for the board and decided to give me a year of separation, academic separation, which means 1 year vacation away from them. My mother was a bit of a hard ass at times, but I did hurt her. I said I was struggling, but I said I was trying to do things right. The one thing I noticed about college, they don't do 5 or 10 week or 15 or 20 week report cards. They don't do that. Hang on a second, Mom's calling me. Well, what can we say about our dogs? If Lamar is listening, yeah, she's whining and she's fussing tonight. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna get up for a couple of seconds, get some more lighting in this place. Leaving a recording. Crazy freaking drivers. Yeah, Mom was whining, so what can I say? I had to take care of her. Get the rest of the lighting on. And Pierce was an amazing adventure, even for 2 years. Trying to find classes, trying to register by paperwork, actual paperwork, not electronic. No phone apps. This was old school. I could have picked out another college to go to, but somehow Pierce, I don't know, something about it I liked. It was a bit rural, rustic. Part of the area actually had a farm, an actual working farm, and they actually sold fruits and vegetables. And during the wintertime, uh, they did the pumpkins, and they also did the Christmas stores over there. And they would have bullfighting. They would have Brahma bulls and different other kind of livestock over there. I don't know what they have anymore. Animal husbandry used to be the biggest thing, but now these days, I don't know what it's about anymore. But that was the school that I attended for 2 years and didn't take it seriously enough. Word of warning on that one. But now, let's go back home, shall we? Yeah, so hit that return button and you'll see our hometown and our residence again. But I wanted to show you something. The college I've been going to a long while, Antelope Valley College. To me, it's home. To me, it's home. And it will always be part of that because it's where I've been going, and I wish my family was. I wish my family was alive to see me kick ass over there. Wanted to show you the place and why it was so important for me. because this place may not have had the charms I was used to over at Paris College, and it was a lot harder back then than it was right now. We have it easier with the technology, but still, you're going into bookstores, you're going into libraries and getting the book necessary. Of course, we always go into the library to do research, even electronics. But I wanted you to look at Antelope Valley College. I know you're going to do things electronically, and they may be fine. But I tell you, there's no greater adventure than walking onto a campus and having to scare the crap out of you. You go to some of the students and say, "Where am I? Here's a map. Go right over here, go right over there." But I want you to take a look at it. This is not to scare you. This is to show you where I've been living at. The apartment that you keep coming to throughout the years, when David was here, was home. But after that, it was just. Lamar could probably tell you about that one if he could. But this is where I gave my heart to, part of it. They've been doing a lot of changes to the landscape on it. Certain old buildings are going away, and they want to get new, technical, sophisticated buildings over there. But I hate it. I hate some of the changes because I got used to some of the older things because I was used to it. But it's something I have to get with it. So if I'm going to look at it from 30th point of view, coming from the Route 250, Kern, and it drops me off right in the middle of a street on 30th. Because now I look at the driveways, I look at the new um, solar panels right above the parking lots that they would have in certain areas. They're not done with construction on this at all. They're not. I'm going to get to the academic, not the athletic. The athletic, they've got baseball field and they got football stadium. There was another technical college out here, Shay and Shayla and Lamar. You remember the name of University of Antelope Valley? Well, this year, they closed down permanently. No word or warning. They shut down. These guys were having financial issues left and right over the past several years. And COVID didn't help them much either. Even though they did have students still trying to complete their courses, they shut them down completely and just walked away. So, Antelope Valley College had been trying to entice these students to come over here to finish up with their works if they can. I just want you to take a look at the campus. I want you to see something about what a campus says something to you. Because some campuses may say like it's home, but you go there long enough, you'll feel it in here. You'll feel it in here. First semester, I did not attend. My brother did. And he was taking a couple of courses. His doctor wanted him to take 2 courses. My brother wanted to do 4 or 5, but physically, he wasn't able to. Mentally, I think he was having a challenge over this one. But he was excited to go back. He tried a military, he took a military course up in Bremerton, Berkeley. Berkeley, actually. And it was on the military's dime. But some of their military personnel actually had problems with the professor. Didn't exactly turn out too well. This one out here, there was one professor for history, but the way he was teaching this one particular course that I went with my brother on this one, finally. It was a history course of Vietnam, about the Vietnam War. The veterans wanted to relive and wanted to talk about it with a professor who may have been over there. This guy wasn't. He was a war protester. So the information he was giving was completely opposite of what they've been through. So they no longer teach the course. There's one professor over there who wanted to teach the course, but wasn't able to do so. And I liked him. I think he's still there, but he may retire soon. David L. Lewis. This guy would teach you about U.S. history like you would not believe. He would. There's another professor concerning about Western civilization, Schaefer, I believe. This guy may have been monotone, but he had information, and you could still talk with him. He could still he could talk with you about things. Oh, there's another teacher, Johnson, I think. Or was that another Schaefer? I think that was another Schaefer. That was doing California history. And we would cover California and the Mexican Wars. It's always nice to have a lot of history courses to draw upon because there's one class that kind of ties them up, directly and indirectly. It's called Political Science 101. And then the subsequent courses after that, if you're doing political science. They have several teachers over there, but they're the top dog. And he's a Bruin fan. He's a UCLA Bruin fan, so don't knock him on it. You start mentioning USC, he's not going to. No, 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 no. He's pure Bruin. You don't mess around with that one there. I kid you not. But he's excellent when it comes down for teaching and stuff because he pushes the students. He'll throw some stuff at you and say, "Do you understand?" And they'll throw some more stuff. "Do you understand?" If you got questions, he's asking, "Do you understand?" So you raise your hand up and say, "Professor, can you go over that again one more time?" He won't knock your ass on this one. He'll educate you on this one. He'll push you. And the first course of 101, we do these weekly cards, paperwork to do mini reports. We answer questions. And then we give the paperwork to the professor, hard copy. But we also talk about the material that we have. And it's also in the book called We the People that talks about the political process of the United States, Government 101, but also history as well, tied into it. And the reason why I study about the other world's history is because they come into play, especially if you're going to be a history major or political science, because you need to know facts. You need to understand the storylines in them. You need to understand what's happening. Today's world, what happened back then, will be affecting in your future there, Shayla. A great deal. If you're going into this. One second. The political science professor's name is John Vento. He's at the Lancaster campus. They have another far away campus in Palmdale, but they also do online through them as well. Students are allowed to do online, but you have to make sure that when you're looking at the registration area, if you choose Antelope Valley, I'm just saying, you have to read this screen carefully because this damn thing will screw you over one way or another. They used to have a better screen, an older screen, but it worked. This newer version, this old dog's having navigation problems on this one. But you also have to find out whether or not if it's going to be a hybrid, if it's going to be in person, or if it's going to be strictly online. Hybrid would mean that you would physically go to the class unless the teacher wants things done online and then you do it online. You either do the Zoom or they present the information and lessons online for you to study, learn, take self-quizzes, and self-tests online. I'm sure you're more adept to it than I am. I prefer the hands-on. I prefer going into the classroom. Sometimes terrified as I am these days concerning about crowds, I go into a classroom, I feel safe because now I am in an area that I know more about. How to be a student. How to feel like it's home. Not like what you can act like at home in your own place, but what you do in the classroom. But the professors want you to participate, not just stand there and absorb the information. They're going to be asking, they're going to be wanting you to talk, to ask a question, to see a point, to see a different point of view they're not presenting. They want you to be interactive. They want you to challenge them. When it comes down for essay writing, they have tutors, they have study times, they have a study library over there, they have programs over there to help the students get up to speed concerning about how to write the essays, the MLAs. You probably know better than I will. You've been in a different system than I had. I never heard about MLAs or APAs and APLs. I never heard about the works cited. I heard about a bibliography. I heard about a thesis statement. And then you have the supporting statements, and then you had the conclusion. Some of that didn't change, but a lot of it did. They also want to make sure that you're understanding and comprehending what you're looking at and reading. When you do go into classes, when you do go into this particular college here, they will test you. Every student has to go through it. They test you on your academics, actually on your English comprehension, reading, grammar, and then they put you through the math. I suck. I suck. I can do accounting work. Beyond that, rudimentary algebra, maybe if I'm lucky enough, without even realizing it. But this place will challenge you. This place will rack your brains. This place is a treasure trove. It is. I stare at this map because I want to go back again next term. But if it's possible for me to do online, I'll do it. I want to walk on the campus, damn it. I want to see how bad the cafeteria food got. On the south side of the campus, they got a student services building over there that actually has a student store and the small student lounge nobody uses, hardly. But the cafeteria, they would. Sometimes the food's good, and other times I'm wondering what the hell they're serving these days. If you're into Subway, groan if you must, all three of you, they do have a Subway on the north end of the campus. In the place they call you Hazy. It looks like a big horseshoe with an egg in the middle of it. That's the technical, sophisticated department they've got over there. It deals with the sciences. It deals with electronics, nursing. They deal with computer labs over there. They'll even deal with political science over there as well. And they also have campus offices over there for some of the staff they have. They also have trailers, bungalows. That'll be on the. Let me get this here. Get turned back around where I can look at the thing. North side of the campus, right past a preschool area, and some of these students are working mothers and fathers, and they will leave their child over there for daycares while they continue on. They also have a satellite area for the Cal State University Bakersfield for certain subject matters. The rest of it is up in Bakersfield. That'll take about 2.5 hour drive, or even 2.5 hour bus ride to get over there. I know. I was checking it out, and it's a lot larger than Antelope Valley College. It's still academically, it's a step higher from the community college level. I am fine dealing with an A degree for right now. If I wanted to get another higher degree, really have to specialize in something. But I like English. I like history. I'm an old fart, what can I say? And I heard that, Lamar. I saw that remark. You too, Shay. I'm also into political science. After what's been happening for the past couple of decades of my lifetime, it's no wonder I'd be driving my political professor insane over the situations we've been dealing with these days. I'll be having arguments over him concerning about what if Russia is indeed considered a democracy or not. I kept telling him it's an autocracy. Putin's in charge. Putin is KGB. He would never be able to have an adequate democratic society because he doesn't believe in it. He's an autocrat. He's like Hungary's leader, Orbán, and this guy. This guy controls everything, including elections. He fixes everything. But he's also a NATO member. That makes it even harder to deal with because we depend upon Hungary for our NATO base. Do you see what I'm trying to get here? Because there are certain things that'll interact with each other left and right. For me, English literature dealt with writers talking about their own contemporaries, their own times, their experiences left and right. It doesn't have to be biographies. It's also written in stories as well. Stories at a time. One of them happened to deal with Mark Twain. And it dealt with the Mississippi River. Can you name those two books? I hadn't read one of them, but the other one I went through college, took a course online, and I had discussions with my professor on this one. Until at the end, I finally understood what he was trying to talk about. And it was an eye-opener. Samuel Clemens was trying to push it. He was trying to push his own agendas, what his own viewpoints were back then. Not many people got the message. Other people did get the message. It was very controversial, even in his own writings, left and right. He was very satirical as well. Concerning about the history, it also teaches you a little bit about the history of life. When you study English literature, when you go through critical thinking in literature, you're tearing these things apart left and right. When you're taking literature classes, when you're taking English literature, and you're taking someone else's literature for their time, you're looking at their own viewpoints, you're looking through the authors. And there she goes again. Let me finish this up. I can go on and on. I could do more videos about this one on my channel. I just wanted to congratulate you for stepping into the ring again. This will be a slow start for you. Take a couple of classes if you need to. Get your foot stretched out. But when you're ready to do this, it's going to change your life. It's going to change your perspective. It's going to blow your mind. And before you know it, when you build up enough credits, you're going to see through different eyes. You're going to see through a different viewpoint. You're going to try to understand it more and more. If it is your choice, if it is your fate, if it is your destiny, when you continue down this path of higher enlightenment, I call it, apply everything, understand everything. I'm not talking about the academic. I'm talking about the real world, how it applies to the academic, and how the academic is being applied to the real world. There are similarities. There are differences. You're seeing it. You've heard. If you've been watching the news for a long time, and that's just not talking about a few weeks, longer than that. If you've been reading online news, hearing about it through podcasts, The dynamics are changing so much and so much faster and so much polarized. If you heard the talk, store everything in your head. Be an observer. Watch. Learn. Don't interact just yet. Not unless you need to. And always watch yourself on this one. I kid you not, Shay. I kid you not, Shayla. And I definitely not kid Lamar on this one. Things are happening. Scares me sometimes, but I still talk about it on my channel. This one I'm saying to get unlisted to you guys. You guys will have the link. It won't be listed on my channel, but I'll be sending the link over to you because I'm processing it through my channel as an unlisted video. Watch yourself and be careful. And congratulations. Now it gets interesting.